Hi guys, welcome to this video on the Meta Body tool. So in this video we're going to be looking at how we can add the Meta Body tool to a character that does not use the same skeletal structure as the Unreal Engine default mannequin or the Unreal Engine metahumans. Okay. In the last video, we took a look at how we could add this tool to the mannequin and how we could add it to metahumans. So now we're going to do something different, different bone structure, maybe different body structure as well. So I'm just going to open up my Epic Games launcher here, and I've already searched for a character, and I want to go for a stylized character. So we're going to add this one to our project. I'm going to click add and choose that action scene and click on add. We're just going to wait for it to add. Okay, it's done. And next thing we're going to do, we're going to find that stylized character. And let's just try and find that. I'm guessing this is the one. It's the only folder I don't recognize here. Okay, so there it is. It's a very, very weird name. So anyway, this is the stylized character here. I'm not sure. I guess I should have checked it earlier, but it must be one. Okay, so that's the pre-made character here. This is what we want. We want a full body character. Because it will also work if we use these, but I don't want to start assembling them. And if we're using these, unless we make a blueprint where there is one mesh that is leading all the rest of the animations on the other meshes, where we would have to add the Meta Body tool to each one of these individually, unless we make that blueprint. Okay, so we could do that, but I think we'll save that tutorial for another day. We're just going to use a full pre-made character here. Could be one with clothing or one without clothing. We could also do both. So we'll get this one first, okay, and we'll duplicate it. Just one last note on what I was just talking about, whereby we would have to have all of these in the same blueprint and have one leader. Actually, that's already done in the default Meta Body tool blueprint. If I open up the Meta Body tool blueprint, you can see here that we've got the body, we've got the clothes, we've got the head separately there. And the way the Meta Body tool works for everything is that the body is the leader and these are parented to the body. Okay, so if you go in the construction script as well, you'll also find that or not the construction script, the main blueprint here, you'll find that there's a set leader custom function here, which basically gets all the meshes, the head, the clothing, and the dummy body, and sets the leader to be the body. Okay, using the set leader component. So if you want all your clothing or all your different body parts to all work with the Meta Body tool and all the animations to work together as one, this is basically what you have to do. You have to grab the head, the arms, the clothing, the body, and you have to connect it all into this node here. Okay, so in this case, we'll be grabbing all these meshes, putting them into this blueprint, and using the Meta Body tool on one mesh, which is the body in this case. And as you can see, the Meta Body tool has already been added there, and I don't need to add it to any of the others, though it is there, but I actually don't need to add it there. Okay, because once we've connected them to the leader, it automatically adds the animation of the body to everything else. Okay. So anyway, back to topic. our pre-made character. I made a duplicate of it. So this one here. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to create a new folder just within this same folder here. Make a new folder, and we're going to name it Meta Body Tool, so that we have everything we need for the Meta Body Tool in one place for this character. Okay, I'm going to drag and drop that. Yeah, that's the correct one. We're going to drag and drop it into a Meta Body Tool here. Let's move. And let's just open it up and just have a look at it. This is a skeletal structure. Okay, totally different from our meta-humans, and quite different from our default mannequins. Okay. So if we look at the structure of a mannequin, bone names should be the same, but the structure is completely different. So this is the Unreal Engine 5 mannequin, and it should be the simple one. I'm not sure if it's the simple one or not, but anyway, this is generally the structure. Yeah, it's definitely the simple one. This is generally the structure of our Unreal Engine mannequin, and this is the structure of the character we just added. It's got far less bones. That means it will be less functional, far less functional probably. So we're going to have to adjust the Meta Body Tool to work for this character here. Okay. So 3 spine bones. So that's one of the things that we'll have to adjust, because the Meta Body Tool has got 5 spine bones, which means the 3rd spine bone is the chest on here, whereas the 3rd spine bone on the Meta Body Tool is the lower. It's just, we can just say that it's on the tummy. Okay, so we definitely need to make those adjustments. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the Meta Body Tool to this character. So since I already have it in this level, and remember, for the Meta Body Tool to work, it has to be in the level. The blueprint for the Meta Body Tool must be in the level. So I've just put it outside here. You can also set it to hidden so that it's not seen, rather than just hide it somewhere. So let's open up the... we're not going to open this up. We're going to open up our animations folder, and we're going to grab the anim BP for the Meta Body Tool, and we're going to retarget it to this character here. So I need to memorize the name. It's mesh PC04. So memorize the name of the skeleton mesh and retarget animation assets. Click on duplicate, retarget animation assets and blueprints. Choose RTG Mannequin. Okay, if you already have an RTG Mannequin in your level, you'll probably see 2 of them. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Just pick one of them, as long as it's RTG Mannequin. And let's write dummy. Okay, SK dummy. This should always be your source. Okay, SK dummy. Well, who knows? Maybe you don't need it to be your source, but just make it your source. Okay. And then our destination, our target mesh is what was that name again? Mesh PC04. Mesh PC04. And choose that. And destination folder. Let's go find that weird named folder, and let's dump this into the Meta Body Tool. If everything will go in there, let's click on retarget. Now let's give it a couple of seconds. Okay, save all that. So I know the animation is not going to come out looking all that great, but my intention is not to retarget the animation here. You can adjust it if you want. Probably what you'd have to do is set up some proper retargeter. It might not work out well. But anyway, the animation is not important to me right now. I'll just make a tiny little adjustment just so that it looks a little bit sane. I'll just key that, and the arms as well. And just for the sake of having it look a little bit normal. Okay. But anyway, that's not the point of this video, so I'm not going to go too far on that. Maybe just one last adjustment on the shoulders, just for the sake of aesthetics. Okay, save that, and we can open up our mesh. Okay, once we've opened up the mesh, we just go to the details, asset details, and search for post. And under post process animation blueprint, we're going to choose that anim BP body tool. Okay, I'm gonna add it there. Okay, so now the meta body tool is attached to, is now added to our character. Okay. You can also add this in a blueprint or in the mesh itself when you drop it in the level, but I prefer to add it in the post process so that I can have a separate blueprint working as my character blueprint and my character animation blueprint, where we've got all the actions and all the rest of that stuff. Okay, you'll probably have to turn off the animation in order for that to work. So you will, in order to do that, you have to open up this. Okay, I'm just showing you what you need to do if you have an animation blueprint already for your character. Okay, so if you don't need to do this, but if that was the case, you would have to open up the animation, the event graph, not the animation graph, that's right. And basically, just come here and you add input pose to default pose so that the animation of the idle animation is not playing, because if the idle animation is playing, your character's animation blueprint will not work. It will just keep on playing that idle animation, okay, unless you disconnect the animation or turn it off using this this bool here. But this bool can only be turned off during the customization, so it would be inconvenient to do it that way. Okay, so anyway, let's set this back the way it was. Or should be on false and true. Compile that, and let's save it. So the reason I have the animation connected there is just because I don't like my character looking static once I've added it to the level. Okay, so I add it to the level. And I'm going to hide my metahuman character. Let's close that off. I'll click the eyeball here. I'll also search for hidden in the details panel, and I'll click on actor hidden in game. Okay, so now if I click on play, can see that now the meta body tool is working for the character that I have just added to the level. Okay, and the character can now be customized. So we were on slot 6. This slot 6, I customized the character, the metahuman that was here by default. So I'm going to use a different slot. I'll go for slot 1. Okay, so there's some things that would probably have to adjust. For example, when we adjust the height, the legs do move quite a bit. So the tool itself would have to be adjusted in order to get it to stick to the ground a little bit better. Okay. But as you can see, height is working. Some things that may not be working are, for example, upper body size should work, but it's not working correctly because of the skeletal structure. Instead of adjusting the upper body size, it's actually adjusting the head and everything else there. Okay. So what else? Upper waist size, I'm pretty sure this is also adjusting the wrong thing. because of where it's connected. It should only be one bone, which is 2 bones. Okay, middle waist size is adjusting the upper waist closer to the chest actually, and lower waist is adjusting the lower waist because there's only 2 bones in there. Let me drop this in a new level so that all this that's happening here doesn't disturb us. I'm gonna open up a basic level. I'm gonna save that in. I'll just drop the character here, and one thing you should remember, meta body tool, as I mentioned earlier, must be on the level. Okay, so open up meta body tool. First thing you do is you drop the meta body tool into the level. Okay, I'll position it in the exact same position as our character. Make sure that character is also in the right position. Just zero everything out, and just so that we have a camera when we click play, let's just possess the camera for the meta body tool. So you click on the meta body tool. On the event begin play, just drag out type blend and turn off context sensitive. Blend view, set view target with blend. Okay, have that there. Right click in an empty space, turn on context sensitive and create a reference to the meta body tool, and this should be the new view target. I'll get the controller, I'll get player controller, and just compile that. There's no need to save it. Anyway, save it. We might have a crash. I'm gonna save that. I'll just save over this untitled test here. Okay. So now if we hit play, we have our meta body tool and we have control of the meta body tool's camera. Let's change a few things. Let's move the player start out of there, and let's set the meta body tool to hidden. We can click on the eye there, the type hidden in the details panel, active hidden in game. Let's save that out. Press play, and yeah, we can see everything much better now. Okay, so as we were saying, the middle, the lower waist, and the middle waist are basically the only spine bones that we should be manipulating here. And then the upper waist, we can either have this not active, or yeah, we can have this not active. You'd probably want to hide this so that nobody touches it. Okay, and then you can have it as not active. And chest size, we set upper waist size to chest size, but we have to adjust it so that it only adjusts the chest and not the head or the arms or anything like that. Okay. Before we do that, let's look at everything else in case we have to adjust anything else. Thigh size, that works okay. Shin, that works okay. I'm pretty sure arms work fine. Arm size works fine. Okay, having rhythm buffs there. Hand size, palm length. Yeah, everything else works pretty much okay. And the height works okay, except that the feet sink into the ground. We'd have to make adjustment for that. Okay, so let's make a few adjustments to make this work a little bit better. You can toggle the physics won't work. There's no chest bones. You can toggle the animation to just see it in the default pose. Then toggle customization. Here we can see the difference in the customization that we've done. Not much. And probably have to make some big adjustments for it to actually look different. Can adjust the thigh size, waist size, shin size. Middle waist, let's make that bigger. Looks a little bit big. Lower waist, make it a bit bigger, or something like that. And here we can see some of the differences between the customization and non-customization. Okay, so let's start adjusting this character to work better for the metal body tool. So gonna press escape, and we're going to open up the blueprint on this character. So let's find this character and open up the Anim BP body tool so that we can make some adjustments, get some of the other things to work. So the areas that we know are a little bit problematic are the upper body size, chest size, and such. So I think we can leave the middle and lower waist size as they are, and let's go adjust the chest size and upper body size. So let's zoom in somewhere here. So you can see we've got an error here. Actually, we've got a number of errors. Spring controller, this is for the physics. So because the bones don't exist, it's going to give us an error here. Okay, and all the other bones that do not exist are going to give us errors here. So you might want to disconnect all of those if you don't want those errors to appear, but they're not critical errors, so they don't actually affect your game more that much. Okay, so you can disconnect those if you don't want the errors to appear. I suggest you do disconnect them if you're not intending on adding those bones. But it's a simple process. It's just a matter of dragging from the used cache pose, skip all the bones with the errors, and upper body size. Skip all the bones with the errors. I think I'll drag from local component instead, because I didn't want to use this all together, but I think I'm going to use it. If you don't want to use it all together, basically you just connect it here, okay? And all those errors for that particular part will go away, okay, after you compile it. But I want to use some of this functionality, so I'm just going to undo that. And I'm going to connect it to here, okay, starting from here. Well, actually no, the way we're going to do this is we're going to use the upper waist to adjust this instead of using the upper body, because of the effect on the upper body. It doesn't really adjust the chest. So it's the effect on the upper waist that actually adjusts the chest in this case, because of the bone structure. If we take another look at it, upper waist size is mostly just affecting the chest, okay, whereas upper body size is affecting the head and the arms. So we don't want upper body size at all, but we want to use this slider to adjust the chest, okay. So let's stop that, and here the upper waist, for now we'll leave it like that. What we're going to do is we're going to disconnect upper body size, okay. We're just going to skip everything and connect it to the local component here, okay. So everything up here is not working. Everything in between this and this is not working now, okay. So come back here. Let's just test that to make sure that's the case. So upper body, yeah, right now it's not working, okay. Okay, so we're going to adjust here. This takes in spine 3 size, whereas upper body size takes spine 5 size, okay. We could experiment and see if we can just connect spine 5 size, and see if we get a result that's acceptable first of all. So I'm going to connect spine 5 size, we'll compile that. So now if I adjust upper body, So now this is the one that's affecting what was originally on chest size. Okay, that's what I want. Okay. So what I don't want is the arms and the head and everything else to be adjusting. Okay. So I will leave this as is. Leave it as it is. And what I'll do next is on invert transform. Okay. What invert transform does is it does the opposite for whatever bone it's connected to that I'm doing to the bone I'm adjusting. Okay. So I only want to adjust the chest. So if I don't want to adjust the head, I'm going to have to connect the head to the invert transform and scale it down as the chest scales up. Okay. So if I click here, obviously the next bone is going to be the neck. So let me search for the neck. Change this from first spine 4. Spine 4 doesn't even exist in this case. So I'll change this to the neck. I'll compile that and save it. Always save. Let's click play. So now you can see that if I adjust the upper body size, but the neck is still affected. So I'll probably have to add a few more things. As I scale down, it goes down. As I scale up, it goes up. It means this effect is not being inverted. So probably the problem is let's still use a spine 5. Okay, so here's the problem. We need to connect this here. Sorry about that. And compile that. Everything should be fine now. We can go ahead and adjust the rest of it now. Okay, so let's add a clavicle L, clavicle R. Okay, copy, paste that, and do the same thing again. Paste it, and set clavicle L and clavicle R. I'll search for clavicle here. Clavicle L. I'll search for clavicle here. Clavicle R. And I will basically add the same values to both of these. Okay. On scale X, scale Y and scale Z. Let's just push this back a little bit. So they look a little bit, okay, they're just like this. Now let's compile that. So now if I adjust the chest, it should be only the chest that is affected. Or rather the upper body. So now it's only the upper body that is affected. And we can go ahead and hide like some of the things which aren't needed in the Meta Body 2 widget. I'll just show you how you can do that. If you open up Meta Body 2, it's quite simple. You probably already know how to do that. Just open up Meta Body 2 widgets, widget customization, and zoom in a little bit. Let's go for the chest. We're not using the chest. And just search for usability there. Set that to heading. I hope the children are affected. Let's do on the button there. I'll set that to hidden. We can do the same thing for some of the other things that are not actually being affected. So all of this. I think that's about it. Let's set all that to hidden. You click play, I won't have those there. You can probably adjust the tool, move these up so that the little spaces in between are closed and everything looks smart. But otherwise, this is basically what you need to do. Upper burst size is also disconnected, so we'd have to hide that. But as we can see, this is now set up to use the meta body tool correctly. Okay. So the design of your actual character matters quite a bit. The better your character, the better the result. Even the polygon count, because as you can see on the edges of the chest here, you can definitely see the polygons in there. It's not that smooth, but the more polygons you have in there, the smoother the skinning of the character, the better the result. So like with metahumans, most of these adjustments look really, really good because the metahumans by default are really high quality characters. Whereas some other characters, like this for example, you can see how the leg stretches here. So anyway, the better your character, the better the result. And sometimes it just depends on the structure of your character. You might have to adjust the tool a little bit in order for it to suit your character a little bit better. Maybe get it to use some different bones. And for example, we had to change spine 3, spine 5 to spine 3 and all the rest of that stuff. But basically this is how you can get this working. Head size is not working, so we can just do that last one before we finish. So let's go into our graph. Let's look for the head. Let's look for the head. Head. Where is the head? Okay, there's the head. So you can see it says neck 2 is missing, so we just set this to neck 1. We could also set it to head, but we'll just use the neck. I guess the neck was more suitable for the metahuman than the head. It's probably why I chose the neck. So yeah, you can adjust the size of the head and so on and so forth. Okay, so we can have a really small waist, very big chest. And all the rest of that. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, guys. This is how you can adjust the meta body tool to work with a non-metahuman, non-Unreal Engine structure character. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.